This has been a challenging year for us. We're currently 7-16. It's hard for me to get that out. We have 7 wins and 16 losses this year. We're 4-13 in the GLBC. We're 4-16 against NCAA Division II. We're 0-3 against NCAA non-conference. Having said that, I am proud of our group. They have continued to work hard in practice, continue to do a good job in getting prepared. We just haven't been quite good enough. You could make a case that we've been competitive in every game except one. The final score doesn't always indicate that, but I am proud of the effort. Yesterday was something for me as a coach that has not happened in a long time. We typically don't know when our last practice is going to be because we're in the playoffs. I knew that yesterday was our last practice at William Jewell. And I went back in my notes, and this hadn't happened for a while. And I checked and to see what I did my first couple of years at Jewell when we didn't make the playoffs. And I let our seniors write the practice plan. So I let the seniors write the practice plan after we did the walkthrough. They had a little fun with it, made a little fun of the old coach, which brought a little humor to the day.
First year into Division II, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't sure we would be able to compete right away, and our players have done a nice job and stepped up. And next year we're going to have most of these players back. We graduate one senior, and tonight we're going to honor her, Katie Colby. It's a player that hasn't played a lot in games, but she's done so much for our program and so much for William Jewell. She's a really special kid to me and a special family. So senior night's always kind of a tough night for me, but it's also exciting to see what she's going to do. She's going to be an incredible person who will represent William Jewell really well.
And we're actually in our 3rd weekend of competition. However, we've only been able to play 3 of the 8 games scheduled. So we're still at the beginning of our year. We're currently 2-1. Had a big win against Northwest Missouri State last weekend in Weatherford, Oklahoma. Girls played really well. We clicked at the plate and saw signs of what I feel like we're capable of doing all season, hitting it well, and our pitching was really where it needed to be. We leave this afternoon for Conway, Arkansas, 4 games in Conway, which right now weather looks very promising. We return next weekend for our first ever GLBC competition. We play March 2nd, Friday and Saturday at home, and cross-divisional GLBC competition. We'd love to see you out there. I feel like a fun team to watch. We've got great dynamics and really good chemistry, and a very strong upper class with a lot of good new girls on the roster. So thank you for coming. Look forward to seeing you at the games.
And right now the men are 2-0 or 3-0, and then women are 2-0. We start GLBC competition this coming weekend. We leave tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for Michigan City, Indiana, where we'll play Lewis University rather, and then Kentucky Wesleyan, and then we'll play St. Joseph's College on Sunday morning, and then come back. So this will be our first real big test in the GLBC in the eastern part of the division, and we're looking really forward to that. And so we have Northwest Missouri State coming here on Wednesday out at Clayview Country Club for our first home match of the year.
This is a difficult season when you step into your first year at a new level of play, and I relate it to, other schools moving up. It would be like Missouri State moving up into the Big 12 and people expecting them to win more games than they won the year before and do those things. And the reality is that all of our sports have been very competitive and showed great promise as we move forward in our first year. Where we're at in our year right now, we just are getting on the back end of recruiting. From recruiting the 2012 class, unfortunately recruiting never stops, and we're starting into working a little bit on the 13 class, but we had our national signing date a couple weeks ago now on February 1st, and we're very excited about the group of young men we were able to sign in the first week. I think we signed 21 student athletes in the first week, and then we'll add a few more to that as the spring goes on in the summer. But very excited that we were able to bring guys in from definitely a lot around this area in the Kansas City metro, in the state of Missouri in general, guys from St. Louis and Springfield and Columbia and throughout the state. but then we're able to get in some other markets as well. We signed 4 or 5 guys out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas, young men out of Alabama. We're working on a few more guys out of Southern California. It's coming together very well, so very excited about that.
For all of our sports so far, we have 20 sports. To date, we've signed 65 new athletes for next fall already. So it's not just what we've done for football. We got the highlight of those today, but I know many of you in the room really do appreciate this, but I can't thank our coaches enough for the time that they spend recruiting. But I want to tell you about one other great thing that happened this morning. We found out, and this happens quite a bit, but not always at a time when I can tell a lot of other people. Some of you will know this name. Troy Green was the captain of our soccer team and was an all-conference player this year, most valuable player of the team. And this morning we got word that he received a very prestigious award for the research that he's been doing as a biology major. And so I want to take every opportunity that I can, and our coaches sell this in the recruiting process, and it really is true. Students who come to William Jewell are truly student athletes, and they not only do both, they can excel at both. And this research award that Troy received, he'll go to San Diego, I think, and make a presentation, but the list of schools that he was among, the 20 or so other recipients, they were the Stanfords and the Cals and the Harvards and the very prestigious schools across the country. And it's research that he's done right here on our campus, as well as with some professors he's worked with at UMKC. So very proud to tell you that today, and really very proud of all of our athletes.